Yes, good afternoon. I'm happy to welcome you to this today's class of construction management 1, where in the today we want to talk about the principles of organizations. Organizations has various principles which guides them according to the FIOL's principles. So the first principles of organizations, we have principles of these principles of specialization. Principles of specialization. So according to these principles, it said that work stroke duties should be located stroke assigned according to what or someone is more specialized, according to what one is more specialized in. So, for example, if you are in a construction site, and you know that a construction site has various departments or various disciplines, like you can have the quantity surveying, you can have the structural engineers, you can have the technicians, in the technicians, you can have people dealing with under the technician, you can have the plumbers, you can have the carpentries, you can have the masonries, you can have the wiremen, you can have the tilers. So according to these principles, it means that you have to be assigned a job according to what someone is more specialized in. If you want to make a BQ, then you're supposed to assign that job to quantity surveyor. But if you need to analyze some structural element in the building, then you are required to assign that duty to structural engineer. But if there's a job that requires or technicality, then give it to a technician that is more conversant into that. Other technicians, again, if it's for the plumbing, give somebody who did plumber, give a plumber to that job, somebody who did plumbing. Then for carpentry work, then you have to give a carpenter to that job. So that's what these principles of specialization talks about. Another one, we have principles of functional definitions. The second one, principles, we have principles of function, stroke definitions. So according to these principles of organizations, it states that every employee every objectives of the organization that should be achieved by the employee should be clearly defined. So if you want an employee to carry out certain jobs, then you're supposed to be more clear on what you expect this employee to do. For example, if it is for the technical, let's take for example for the masonry work, you're supposed to tell a mason man that tomorrow we are going to make focus of stones. But if for the tiler, tell the tiler man that tomorrow we are supposed to make to make 10 square meter of tile. So it should be clearly be defined, so that by the time this this employee is engaged in this job, he should know the target he or she is expected to meet. The third, principles of organizations. We have principles of supervision. Principles of supervision. So according to these principles, according to these principles, it states that one employee should be answerable to one supervisor. It means you should not put in a situations where every time an employee gets instructions from different people. Like today, he has an order in the morning. He has gotten an order from another person that we're supposed to make. For example, let's talk about, because we're talking about the technical part. Let's talk about the construction site. You get that in the morning, one person tells these technicians that we are supposed to make 4 course of stone, or we are supposed to build on the right face of this wall. If it reaches by the midday, someone again instruct our employee that we are supposed to construct the left side, not even the right where he had been given in the morning. Or this person now tells him that you are not supposed to work for the 4 course, but now you are supposed to do the 8 course. It means this person is going to get instructions or supervisions from different people, but that one is not allowed under the principles of supervision. One employee should be answerable to one supervisor. Then another principles, we have principles of unity of command. Fourth principle, we have principles of unity of command. Principles of unity of commands. So it says, according to these principles, it states that all information in an organization should flow from the top to the bottom, i.e. from director to junior staff, from director to junior staff. It means if any information has to be official, then it has to come from the above. In that, if you get an information in an organization where it has not flow from the director, then that information is not valid. It should flow. All information should flow from top to above, or from director to junior organizations. Then the next principles of organizations, we have principles of efficiency. One, we have principles of efficiency. So according to these principles, it says that every employee should be able to complete his or her task given to him without more struggle. So it means, since we have said there's a principle of specializations, and now you have given this our employee a job that is he or she is more specialized, then now you should be able to carry out this task with more efficiency or without struggling. So from there we'll mark the end of our first class of today, where we are only talking about the principles of management. The next class we are going to start to discuss about types of organization structure, where after that we are supposed to talk about the advantage and disadvantages of different organization structures. Thank you.